generation, AdWords, Facebook, sales, self-development. I would take that time every single day and work towards it. I gave up my weekends and evenings to dedicate to this business and sacrifice 2 years to it so I could really set myself up for being on vacation, the rest of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Even with me, when I was starting out, I was working for someone else, but at the same time, during my lunchtime, I would spend some time. On the weekends, I would spend some time. I was spending about 15 hours a week working on my business on the side before I started making some money. Once I made about 2 or 3 grand on the side, I was like, okay, this is legit. I'm getting good at this. Let's quit and work on my business.
So is this the one you're talking about, Steve?
Yeah. Like I said, I just stumbled across them on YouTube about a week ago. I watched a couple of their videos. I haven't had a lot of time to do any homework or research on these guys. And I just want to know if you heard about them and if you know anything about them, if this is a legit business, or they're just trying to get people to sign up for their program, like a seminar. I don't know. It's just off the top of my head. I just wanted some feedback from if you knew anything about their business, or anybody that does this and actually is really making money online doing this.
So tell me, what is that you want to do online and make money? What is that about you? Like, what is it you want to do online and make money?
Well, I want to put real estate deals together with real estate people in the industry. Putting together deals is what I really want to do, and then earn commissions, earn steady commissions and referral fees doing what I do.
Okay, so I think it is definitely doable. If you were saying I want to create an website and promote that website, so people who are interested in making real estate deals would come and sign up, right? And set up a funnel, and then pass those leads to whoever you're working with, so they could give you the referral fee. It's definitely possible. But my question is, right now, in the current environment, especially with the coronavirus, there are no real estate deals that are going to happen. So is that something that but still it's a good one, because I think now you can continue to work on it, so that when the economy is ready, then you have a lead, because you have done all your groundwork, and to take advantage of when things pick up, right? So you are ahead of the game with your
exactly.
So is that strategy still okay? Go ahead.
Well, no, you're right. And then out here, the market, we get a lot of, out where I'm at, there's a lot of new real estate agents that they come and go, because the ones that are really established, that have been doing real estate, that have been with the brokers for like 20, 30 years, they're the ones that have all the property listings that are actually selling and showing houses. But now, obviously, it's very competitive, but there's a lot of ways to make money in real estate. But the thing is the reason I was actually showing this is because even though, we're in a downturn and it's affecting every market, no matter what business you're in, I'm wondering if this is something that I should educate myself on part-time. And, because I have a marketing background, and I just wanted to know if this was something that I should pursue or educate myself, and maybe I can make a stream of income and billboard advertising like these guys. I mean, do you think I should just keep educating myself and see if it's a doable thing while we're in this downturn? Because I think outside the box, and I'm not just focused on like making money in real estate. I want to learn how to, I don't know how yet, but I hired a gold trader years ago. He didn't do anything with my investment, but I want to learn how to trade stocks online, and there's a lot of things I want to do, but I want to stay focused on like 1 or 2 areas, master it, and then when my time frees up and I have time, learn other skill sets, especially online.
Right.
So
you're absolutely right. I think this time, if people can utilize this downtime that was imposed on them to learn especially
Yeah.
their online marketing skills
Yeah.
or coding skills. Obviously, you cannot learn coding skills because that's much more intensive. Uh,
Yeah.
or if you're a writer, write some novel, write some book, and then, so definitely that would be the smart thing to do. Use the downtime to learn online marketing, because
Yeah.
online marketing and community building with the even without in the current world it will help, and also when the economy picks up also it will help.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say that you should do that, that you are going to help yourself. And if you, when you heard them say, they were talking about 2 years it took them to start making some money. That is also true. It requires a lot of dedication, and if you do not have the past experience in it, but yes, should you learn? Everybody should learn. Should you learn in particular? Yes, absolutely, you should learn. Given that you actually do the lead gen, type of marketing and lead gen type of activities. So online learning how to leverage the online channel and the different tools, and becoming master at them, it will take some time for sure, but you should invest because they work.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Now, okay. I think I take. Who's the other gal? You can go and listen to the other gal.
Yeah, go ahead, Renee. I know what you do, so go ahead, share. I'm sure, so that Steve also can hear.
Yes,
And you can
glad
share
to
your
be.
screen. Go ahead
Hi,
and share your
hi,
screen.
I'm Renee, and I'm glad to be a part of the Zoom right now.
Me
Thank
too.
you, Samantha, for being a nice hostess. Um, yes, I've spoken with Samantha, I guess 2 days now. She knows what I do, and I'm just listening to your skill set. If I could add, you probably already know it, but seems like you already have some skills that someone else might be able to use. If you can find using your skills, what you have, like to fulfill the need, you know, people a lot of, like you said, people are out of work right now, and salespeople are out of work, but salespeople have skills that maybe you could help someone else find leads, or
But
maybe
Renee,
you
tell
can.
us, like, what is that you do?
Oh,
Yeah.
and what I do,
Yeah.
um, I help connect people like you and families to legal access, to to um, to law firms. And my company is called Legal Shield, and we provide legal service to families, individuals, small business, employee as an employee benefit, and we help also protect your identity. So we provide legal services and identity theft protection, and we also offer an opportunity if you wanted to be part of the sales team, which we're called associates.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've ever heard of Legal Shield, but we are like a 40-year-old company, um, established in 1972. And all we do is share our app, our Legal Shield app, with people. And if they decide to get a membership, then you instantly get paid on every membership that you get. And it start off at $60 all the way up to $280 per membership, and you get paid every week.
Mm-hmm.
So I am sharing the screen, Steve. I think it's a little bit like the same referral fee model that you're working when you when you bring leads to your to your real estate agents, and when they make actually a deal, they're giving you a percentage. It's a similar here, Legal Shield too. If you sign up people for the Legal Shield, then they give you a referral fee for each customer you sign up. Um, and around $60. It starts with $60 and above it goes up until $280.
And you promote it, you get promoted
And it is also
each time.
I've heard of Legal Shield before. Is that the commercial that Robert Shapiro endorses on TV, or is that a different company? Oh no, that's legal. That's
I believe
legal.
that's a
legal.
yeah,
Zoom,
that's a different company. This is a
Okay,
prepaid legal.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, great. So the Legal Shield protects your family, your
It
assets.
protects. Yeah, it protects. It protects any area of law. We cover all 50 states. So wherever you are as a member, say like you're driving through Kentucky and you get pulled over by the cops and they give you a ticket. Well, you can take that ticket and open up your Legal Shield app and take a picture of that ticket. It instantly goes to your law firm, and they're working to get those that ticket off of your DMV.
Yeah, I wish I did it at the time. About 6 years ago, I was driving my sister to. I have a younger sister who's bipolar. I was driving to her commerce job for a while back years ago, and Caltrans was restriping the roads on 7th Avenue. I'm in Hacienda Heights. I'm on the other side of town, San Gabriel Valley. But I was driving her, and Caltrans was. They were restriping the roads, and they erased the stop signs and the markers, and people didn't see them, so they were just driving through. And I was in a rush to get my sister to work, and this cop was hiding behind Denny's, and he gave me a ticket for rolling a stop. And I tried to fight it with him. He says, "Well, you're going to lose." He goes, "You're not going to win. I'm going to beat you on this." He says, "I'm just here to make my quota." And he says, "Have a nice day." And I was just furious. I was furious because my dad, he's gone now, but he's a driver's ed teacher, and my driving record is squeaky clean. There's no 502s or warrants, but I got one little infraction for rolling a stop. And I know it's a long time ago, and it just really just infuriates me. But, I probably think if I had this service up and running, I could have probably had a lawyer fight for me, and just getting that point off. I'm fine now. Yeah. But I don't know if I can get that point off my record, but it burns me up because
it irks you that you had to go through all that.
There's cops out there that cut corners, and they're just, not all of them, but there's a lot out here. They just pull people over they're bored, and they'll make up a funky ticket, and and then you hear about these celebrities that pay off cops and they get out of it, and then they got the money and the power, and then you're just a regular middle of the class guy, and they'll I would have my belt on and everything, but they're out there to make a quota, and if they don't certain quota, it's kind of like they get canned. And so, like I said, I don't know if I can go. It was a long time ago. Maybe I can go back and get that taken care of. I'm okay now. My driving record's fine.
That's good.
It's not holding me back from getting a driving job. So
I had experience like that as well. I knew I stopped for the stop sign, and then the cop was right there, and he said it was like a rolling stop, but I knew I stopped because I looked at him. He was he was in the next right on the side of the street, and I stopped because I saw him. So but it was his word against mine, so I had to go ahead on.
Of course, I know. And then actually I found another shorter safe street route. I shouldn't have taken that route, and I told him, I took a picture of it too. I said it wasn't striped here. He says Caltrans they redeveloped the road, and they tore up all the regular ink for the stops. So, and everybody was just rolling where they normally would stop, and he was pulling some people over. He was just kind of like cherry picking me. Cherry picked me and gave me a ticket. I tried to fight it. I paid it off. I got one little infraction on my record, but it just pissed me off that he gave these other people special preferences. Actually people in the nicer cars than mine. He just like singled me out and gave me a ticket just to make his quota. And I debated with him. I said, "This is BS." I said, I took a picture of it, showed it to the judge, and they still didn't accept it.
Wow.
They said, So, but like I said, I probably, if I had this in place at the time, I probably could have bought it.
Well, that's just one of the benefits we provide for our members. You also get your will prepared as part of your free. We give that to you as part of your membership with Legal Shield. And
Yeah.
as you know, that could be very costly. But for just $24.95, you get that with your part of your membership.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you,
Okay.
Samantha.
Yeah. So I think, yeah. So you heard what she does, right? So
Yeah.
going back to Steve, couple of ideas. As I said, it does work, but you have to be very, like anything, right? So these are skills that people learn over decades, and so you can try to learn yourself. Then if you try to learn on your own, then yes, like there are a lot of online resources, you see them, you apply them, um, or you can also take somebody's help who already has mastered them. And then and again, as you rightly said, there are all these people who sell the courses, 30 days, 90 days, but they're actually not. They're teaching is different, advising is different, actually doing the work is different. So
Yeah.
better off, somebody teaching courses there. It's a pre, packaged, they're just telling concepts, but actually applying it to your business, right? So that actually you start seeing results. Like take, for example, yours is you want to stick to the real estate world, correct? So a lot of
Well, down the road, I would like to. I used to do voiceovers. I like to get my voiceover studio and start going out in auditions again. But that's something that it's a very tough market. It's something that only because I went through a bankruptcy in 2008 and got wiped out. I don't have the assets or time to really launch 3 or 4 different businesses from home. So I'm trying to do what I know that works. I mean, right now, I want to. I mean, this looks great, but right now, what I know that I can do, and I'm doing some. What I'm thinking about doing is my sister's. Right now, I've been looking for because I'm gifted in writing. I've taken a lot of speech and I've used to write scripts and pitch companies years and years ago and back in the 70s and 80s, but right now, one thing I know that could be a gold mine for me and my family is my sister's a really gifted poetry writer. And there's a lot of way. One of my cousins told me there's a way that you can publish your books for free online. There's ebooks and, not just the ones you get in the stores. I've been wanting, my sister is a really gifted poetry writer, and she has all of her really beautiful poems. And she's gifted in the writing, but she doesn't have the business knack. But I do. And what I'd like to do, really focus on now, is to find a publisher or an agent that would be willing, that I can get in, that wouldn't nickel and dime me, that where I can start to. I need to educate myself on how to, because I've submitted her poems to a lot of publishers, but a lot of them are back east or in New York, and they send me the contracts, they want me to sign up, and without meeting them in person and just join and depend on their professionalism, and they promise that I'm going to make so much money per month or week and all this. I right now I'd like to meet publishers and agents that literary agents in LA that would help educate me on how to start. Well, I like to start an online business selling my sister's poetry and putting it in books and marketing it on not just online and email, but also because there's so many avenues. People do ebooks and they do the audio books, but also down the road get her published. So she's got all the material, but I need to educate myself on how to put together the business side. I think right now that would be my one thing I've been wanting to help her out with for a long time. Something I know I can do, but I'd like to meet some publishers and literary people in person and find out, and just like a job interview or a company, go to a bunch and then find out which one would suit my interest and needs and help me start, entry level where I'm at. Because I don't have, I just don't have a ton of cash right now to jump into any type of business or investment. I'm just, my cash flow is really low. I don't have a ton of capital.
So Steve, okay, so we can. I got the idea. You know, your sister has the poetry, and we'll talk about it. So we have like here, Doctor Chiropractor Doctor Orpali. Uh,
Yeah.
why don't we ask him to tell about what he does?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, because I mean, there's so many ways to make money, but like right now, right now because my sister's got all the, she's, I mean, she's not copyrighted. You know, there's licensing. There's all these steps you have to go through, and there's a lot. There's different, all these different types of online programs to publish your poetry or books or artwork. She has artwork too, but I
Steve,
need a.
I will definitely help. I'm going to email you. Okay, I'll take a look at what she has and what we can do to promote her.
Yeah,
So here we have doctor. Obviously, especially given the coronavirus that's going on, right? So
yeah.
how are you guys doing? And I think he's better to explain about it than me. I will leave it up to him. So how are
No
you?
problem.
Go ahead, doctor.
Sure.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Aaron Apelli. If you have a specific question, I will start with that about the coronavirus.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you. You know, there's it's been kind of scary out here. You know, right now, they say that they say that there was some girl down the street that told me, there I hear about these millennials. They have the virus, but their antibodies is fighting it, and they can't spread it to adults. But anybody that catches it by touching their face and mouth can catch the virus and spread it. And then I hear that I heard some other reports that social distancing isn't. Right now it's one of these recommendations we got from our government, but our problem right now is we're I bought 2 boxes of gloves and I'm down to 1 mask. I mean, this coronavirus, they say it can spread anywhere in the air and live for 24 hours, and it stays on plastic or glass, whatever, different times. But if it's airborne virus, it can float anywhere. And when you go outside, do you have a risk if
Any
you take?
specific question that you have about the coronavirus? Because I understand from what you say that you have a lot of misunderstanding about the coronavirus and you stay in the fear, what will happen, how do I get it? But you didn't ask a question that, in my opinion, one of the most important, what can I do to protect myself?
Yes.
Okay, so how about I will give you a little bit information to understand about the coronavirus and what should you do to protect yourself and how is actually spread.
Okay.
The coronavirus is actually a very weak virus. It dies in temperature of 133 in 15 minutes. It completely disappeared. Coronavirus actually can be on hard surfaces, can live all the way to 7 to 10 days in hard surface, meaning the desk, the windows, anything. But coronavirus die because it cannot duplicate itself and it cannot stay alive in the open air. So if it's a freezing temperature, it can live all the way to 18 days. But the bottom line is it needs a host. Without the host, it cannot duplicate himself.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But it's like a suicide mission because it killed the host. So it's not very smart virus because the smart virus live together with the host so it can duplicate, live from the host and not kill the host and die together at the same time. So it's not very intelligent virus, but we need to understand the principle about that. And it does not transmit through the air. It transmits in a water in the air. I mean, if somebody sneezes, is a water particles that they carry the virus. Now, because the virus actually die in high temperature, if you do protections on the area that is the sinus area and your mouth daily, the virus never duplicate and succeed to grow well enough in your body and to attack the main organ is the lungs. So one of the things that I recommend is actually, let's say you wear gloves and a mask, but you're not a surgeon to understand the procedure correctly, because when surgeon wear gloves, he washes his hands, he doesn't wear the gloves. Somebody else put the gloves on him that actually wear gloves. And when he finished the surgery, somebody else take it out. He does not take it out. So he's protected all the time with a mask and glasses. We don't live in this world.
Yeah.
And in a day, you'll run in a box, because every single procedure you do, you use a new gloves, take them off, wash your hands, go to another one, wear it again. You understand? We are not surgeons. We are not learning. This behavior is not part of us. So we work with the gloves, and then we touch the face and the nose, and we transmit it. But if every night before you go to sleep, you take blow dryer on a medium, block the back of the blow dryer and go 45 degrees to your face and let it run for 5 to 15 minutes. If the face get hot, spray a little bit water on your face. So prepare everything before. You do it twice a day, one time before you go to sleep, one time in the morning. Whatever you collect in the day or at night, you kill. Okay, there are 3 steps that you need, that the important step that we can do prevention. Step number 1, you inhale and hold the breath for 30 seconds. If you succeed to do it, basically the coronavirus is not there, because it's going to restrict the breathing. Okay, so if you succeed, but if you start coughing or you get anxiety of not doing it, mean that you already exposed to the virus. Number 2, if you have loss of smell and taste, and this is step number 2. Step number 3 is a sore throat. So to protect yourself, you need to drink hot stuff every 20 minutes, like soup, tea, coffee. We're talking about protection of the throat, because whatever you add in the throat in the hot, it will push it down to your stomach. The stomach produces acid. This acid will kill the virus. It will kill anything, the virus. Then it will go to the intestine. Some of that actually succeed to get to your bloodstream. But is a dead virus get inside to your bloodstream? This dead virus actually in the body look as attacker. And the body will attack it. The white blood cells attack it. They don't know how to attack it, but they will learn. And this is what I call like shadow boxing. And it create antibody against the virus. So in the future, if your virus succeed to get in, the body know what to do. And unfortunately, most people suffer because the body doesn't know how to fight it. This virus never attacked humanity before, and now is brutal, even if it's very weak virus, because we don't have the procedure to protect it. Another one thing you can do is gargle with hot water and a salt 1 minute in the morning, 1 minute at night, to protect your sore throat not to happen. If you do these procedures, you actually protect the inside body, that the most important, that the virus not going to deliver to the lungs. More important than gloves and mask and washing your hands 50 times and use, because research show that if you actually use to wash your hands 50, 60 times a day, or use antibacterial on your hands, your body receptors to receive virus or bacteria will increase, because you never let the immune system practice killing the viruses. You isolate yourself. So it's a lot of questions and a lot of things. I had yesterday, my friend called me, his daughter, she is 19 years old, in college in San Diego, that she has a fever and flu. I asked the first thing that she has sneezing. And he said, no. She has coughing. And he said, a little bit. And I said, go to the infection center in the area, see what they recommend. And they send her to the hospital. So is attack anybody.
Mhm.
The idea where is deadly to somebody above 40 years old, and only for one reason, the immune system not strong enough. The second part is anybody that is diabetic, heart problems, any kind of compromised immune system, heavy on drugs, change sex, anybody that actually heavy on drugs, smoker, history of heart problems, diabetic, all these people are more receptor and they're more in danger. This is the bottom line, but I give you these tools. If you do them daily, you will pass the entire crisis safely, healthy, and your body will know how to fight it in the future.
So, doctor, I think all of us here are about 40. So do you have, let's say, our immune system, you said the only defense at this point is build up your immune system, right? So
Yes.
you don't know if you will ever get it because it's not really dependent on us. If you're walking on the street or you're going to get some food and somebody has sneezed it and they happen to have it, right? You have no control.
You're right.
So the only thing we can do is to build up our immune system, make it as strong as possible, with the idea that we are going to face that virus somehow or the other, right? Not thinking that we will not face it. Let's assume that we are going to face it. But then when we face it, in addition to all these measures that you said, the heat and, through the nose and through the throat, those, you're trying to kill it, but still building our system itself, immune system. So do you have like anything, what is that we can do to boost our immune system?
Definitely. One of the things I divided to two groups, the supporter and the fighters. The immune system need to have support because unfortunately the immune system dependent.
Others, do you guys do anything to, at this point, like, what do you guys do to build up your immune system? Both of you, like Renee and Steven.
To tell you the truth, I other than juicing, that's about it. I've been more trying to protect my outside when I go outside, with the mask and gloves, and I haven't been persistent in building my body up.
Okay, so what about you, Steve?
Well, for my age, I'm in really good shape. I'm very active, and I clean myself every day. Protein drinks, orange juice, vitamin C, vitamins is also good to boost your immune system. One really important question I have for the doctor is that I heard a couple weeks ago, because there's facts and there's speculation. I got over them. I had 4 different flu bugs this season. I'm fine, and I got my antibiotics. I went to the doctor, got my health care, but I was told that my immune system is really good. But I was told that I forget who the doctor was on TV. I heard some stories that if you had bronchitis from any flu bugs within the last 5 to 10 years, like you suffered with it temporarily and then fought it with antibiotics and got better, that if the coronavirus somehow gets inside of your lungs, that it could activate because you had bronchitis. Is that true previously, even though you're in excellent health right now?
Is yes and no.
Yes
and
and
I'll
no.
tell you why is yes and why is no. The target of the virus is your lungs.
Yeah.
And this is the passage. The bronchitis is actually bronchi, is the passage to go to the lungs. So it passed there and it damaged it. It creates pneumonia. Most of the people that die in from the coronavirus actually die from pneumonia. Do you understand? Now, let me give you indication that you will understand. If your immune system do the job, you don't get sick.
Yeah.
You got sick 4 times, mean your immune system is very weak. If you get sick more than 1 time in a year, your immune system is sick. Now, juicing as you mentioned, is actually very high sugar. Sugar actually stress the immune system for 4 hours, function for 50%.
Okay.
So basically, every time you drink juice, you actually decrease the function of the immune system 50% for 4 hours. Depends how much you drink.
Okay.
So this is something most people do not know. Like carrot juice is higher insulin index than Coca-Cola. And another one thing, insulin index is potato. Baked potato, we think is healthy, is actually a high insulin index. So it's a few things to do. One, to protect ourselves, to understand what stress the immune system. And the second, what do I need to give the immune system? So what you mentioned, one thing is very important is a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Because this is where the immune system builds itself back for the next day fight. The nature of the immune system is to fight. Understand? Any attacker to the body. Now, the biggest attackers in the body is supposed to be inside your gut. They attack all the time the system, and the immune system protect. But now we have a foreigner from outside that come. So if the immune system all the time busy on attacking from inside, now when attack come from outside, they need to take some of the troop to protect themselves from outside. And now they are a little bit in deficiency of the power. And this is where the crisis happen. So I will give you some vitamins that actually will help you very much. Vitamin A, 2000 milligram units. Vitamin D, the same thing. Vitamin E, the same thing. Zinc between 25 to 50 milligram a day. L-lysine. L-lysine is one of the is amino acid that actually help the body specific to fight viruses. This is the supporter for your body. Now, vitamin C, you should take at least now in this crisis, 1000 milligram a day, but not in one time.
Yeah.
You should divide it to 250 or 500 every 4 hours. I take personal 250 milligram 3 to 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget, so I take only 3 times.
So I know there are so many, like, vitamins, out there. Since you're a doctor and you have been doing this immune system for, with your clients for the past 30, 40 years, do you recommend, like, maybe all this, like a kit? Do you recommend maybe it's cheaper, all of these different things rather than buying them separately? What do you recommend?
Yeah. How about like, since there's a lot of vitamins and, there are different prices. I mean, I drink a little orange juice in the morning, 1 or 2 cups, not necessarily every day.
Your immune system.
But chewable vitamins C, I've always felt better. But can you get most of these vitamins like in a multivitamin instead of buying them all separately?
Multivitamins actually focus on to get everything in.
Yeah.
So dosage that you need to take are lower, and then you need to take higher vitamins. And most of that did not absorb. But I do not recommend orange juice in the morning. I recommend for you to eat 2 oranges or 3 oranges.
Oh, great. Well, you got an orange tree, so we're in good shape.
Because the minute you take the juice, you stress the immune system. You give vitamin C, but you stress because the sugar, it converted to sugar.
Yeah, I understand.
But if you eat the orange, it takes the body 15 minutes to break it down. Is no insulin index spike. So the immune system did not go up. And we have it in the office here. I will give you an example. This is vitamin, that we do it as a liquid, so is absorption faster. This one, vitamin D. We have the L-lysine. Now, the second part is the fighters. The fighters actually, this is when we got infection, how to help the body to fight better. You understand? This is the other troops that you bring to the war to help your troops to succeed, to survive, and to do less damage to the body. Yes. And then we have something that is very, very powerful called ADP. That ADP is actually based on oregano oil, but is the pills designed to break down very slow in the intestine.
Mm-hmm.
So he's attacking every single area in the body, everywhere that they have. This is so powerful that if you will take it over 2 weeks, it will kill your natural bacteria too. And you would need to replenish it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
how powerful. So if somebody has infection, I give him ADP, and I give him most of the time cold away. And the cold away is actually the first step to boost the immune system and to fight better. Then when they go to the second step, that they still lingering, the symptom is better, I have something based on echinacea. This is based on echinacea, and it actually helped the body to fight better and help the body to become stronger. So instead of you getting the fever and staying bad and have no energy completely, in keep you. Now, the minute you get sick as a start, you need to cut down all the activity because you want all the energy to go to the fight instead of doing your daily activity that takes some energy, and the fight has not so many troops to fight. So there's a lot of things that misunderstand, like the juicing. I hear it all the time for years, how juicing, because Dr. Oz was recommending juicing and other doctors recommend juicing because it's really good. You get the vitamins and mineral, but in the same time, when you put a fruit there, definitely sweet fruit, it comes as a insulin index, very high insulin index, and the nature of that is to stress the immune system. So we want to support the body, but not stressing the immune system.
Yeah, you want to keep it balanced. Now, have you had any patients that have had any? This is just off the cuff. Have you had any patients that these medications and vitamins you're recommending? Have you had any patients that had any negative side effects in your, or you've been able to give them the right amount of dose where there's no problems?
So I'm practicing 25 years.
Okay.
And I give close to 15 years ago, I gave to one of my patients vitamin A.
Yeah.
And she reacted to vitamin A.
Okay.
She came back, she said, my stomach's swollen and I don't feel good. Immediately, I sent her to the medical doctor to check and to do colonoscopy.
Okay.
And guess what? She was stage 4 cancer.
Oh.
So the reason she reacts to normal things, natural things, is because the body doesn't recognize anymore what is right, what is wrong.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, Doc, do you have a phone number that they can reach, because we are going to, run out of time in 3 minutes. Are you open these days, like to calls or emails, because nobody is going to the outside to meet anybody? So are you open?
We actually open by appointment only. So you need to call to the office to make appointment. We have a new restriction that just came last week that we practice on the patient now with glove and mask. So I wear gloves and mask. My front desk open glove and mask when patient coming in. We clean before and after every patient, thorough cleaning and examination. And we open from 10 to 6, Monday to Thursday.
Also,
and my phone number,
yeah,
if you have any question, is 310-278-4567.
Also, doctor, like you have shown so many products. Do you have like a kit, and what is the like a average price? Like if somebody has to order all from you because you validated them, that brand is good, they really work, and so do you actually sell them, or we have to go buy individually, echinacea, vitamin A? What do you recommend?
So the vitamin, as I showed, this vitamin A and D, they are $20 and usually is supply for 6 months because it's liquid. They're not really designed for the corona. They're designed to support. We give vitamin A and D for people that has inflammation primarily. We test them for inflammation and we find if the body under inflammation. And a simple way to know about inflammation, let's say you have a gut that you look down, you cannot see the feet because your gut. Okay, and you press on that and it's hard, this is inflammation. If it's soft, this is fat. You understand? So inflammation, actually the body will create. And if the body create inflammation, mean you're already immune system weaker. So it's all different indication of doing. So this is $20 each one. The lysine is $17. And the zinc is around the same price. Right now we run out zinc. We are back order. We will have everything probably this week. If you want to order, you just call to the office. My front desk, Kyle, will help you and ship it to you if you don't want to come. If you want to come, you're welcome. I am on Wilshire next to Crescent Heights.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
we're at 10 o'clock. And thank you so much. And let's stay healthy, because I think that's the most high priority item. And also, let's use internet. Steve, I'm going to follow up with you. How, for your sister, all of that. Oh, is that okay? I'm going to follow up.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then when I signed up for your meetup group, I also put my cell phone number in there.
Yes,
I have text messaging and everything. If you want to contact me off the Zoom, that's fine. Can I return tomorrow? Can we talk more about poetry and literature? I want to focus more on poetry and literature and how to start educating myself, how to start that business going, and just focus on that. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
And I'll talk more to this legal Zoom lady too later. I want to, because I'm studying law too. I got a law background too.
So we'll talk tomorrow at 9 o'clock again. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to me. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's nice to see some human being. I'm so used to going out and seeing people, and it's kind of frustrating because I'm an extrovert, and it's just great to talk to live people online and get help with our problems.